boy does not bring back memories.
Oh, yeah. I remember it too.
That's where we met Sora on our first adventure.
And also Yuffie, Aerith, Leon too. Wonder how those guys are doing.
Interesting. So that's where you three became friends.
I got a question for you. When the journal got all digitized, we found the old entries, right? So, does that mean the Pluto that woke Sora up is the Pluto that's just made of his data?
Why do you ask, Goof?
Well, I'm wondering if there are data versions of all of us inside there too.
Huh. That's a good question. Jiminy, what do you think?
I'm afraid, Your Majesty, that I don't actually have an answer to that question. As you know, the bugs are blocking our access to all of the data. It's quite possible that the entire data world has been fragmented, and that it's not a whole entity like we first thought. We just haven't figured it out.
Wait! It's okay! Sora is our hero!
Oh, yeah!
You're right. I'm sure Sora will lead us to the answer.
Hey everybody, welcome back to more Kingdom Hearts ReCoded. This is part of the Kingdom Hearts series LP, and today we are here in Traverse Town, specifically focusing on continuing the game. And if you were to suspect that it has been almost over a month since I recorded that first episode, you didn't know that. I ratted myself out. I'm sorry. Getting into this, it's been a busy time. And I'm finally hunkering down and getting to work on this. We have to find some ducks. I don't know if you know this, but there are 3 ducks: Huey, Dewey, and Louie. And well, they can't think of anything else for Sora to do in Traverse Town. They're like, fucking, the ducks hung out here, so maybe they can do something there. I had done a bit of a test recording of this. It was going to be a proper episode 2 a month and a half ago, and then it ended up being shit. So that's why we're giving this another try. And in that one, I was thinking about showing off everything a world has to offer. The fact of the matter is, these worlds have bloat to them. There are a lot of times where you have to hack in and go through the glitched walls where you break into you go into like that data world, and you have to take down like corrupted Heartless. That takes a long time, so expect some cuts every now and then. I won't be showing every battle arena, because really, it gets old quite quickly. My goal is to do one world every single episode, while providing some decent commentary and layering in the proper cinematics that we've gotten that make the game look good and are absolutely painful to watch in one sitting. So we're gonna see how that goes. I don't want to spend more than one episode in these worlds, because I liked that format in Kingdom Hearts 1 and in Chain of Memories and stuff like that. And of course, this is Kingdom Hearts ReCoded. It's been lower on the totem pole when it comes to Kingdom Hearts games, so that's also kind of a prevailing reason. It's like, do I really want to spend multiple episodes retreading worlds that we have experienced in higher quality games? That's not. I don't want to completely throw this under the bus. Also, if any of this commentary repeats from what we were talking about in the first video, that's what happens when you're that disconnected from a recording. I don't want to say this game's terrible, because to be honest, there's no bad Kingdom Hearts game. Even Days has issues, but then you compare it to a lot of the DS games on offer, it's up there. It's up there. Its gameplay is solid, though I do have some issues with it. A chunk of those issues just come from it being different than what Kingdom Hearts would traditionally do. Like how they would change spells, or how a boss has worked in multiple different games. So there's a lot of that going into it. We have a shop here, but this game is solid, and a hell of a lot better now that I'm forcing its graphics to be a bit bit on the better side. We have access to a few different commands. Round Blitz. I don't think Round Blitz is in any other game. It's also a game that uses the command deck, and the command deck's it's aight. It's not the preferred. The preferred thing is learning skills and then using them at your leisure and not having to worry about cooldowns. The only cooldown I care about is MP recharge. And then again, everyone holds KH2 up on that pedestal, and with good reason, where they got it right fairly quickly there. Let's try out a Round Blitz. There's a black... Okay, so the one graphic that doesn't appear there is the memory one on that second screen when I was putting stuff in. Out of all the things, because we are emulating this, because if you expected me to, like, fish out my capture card for DS content, you'd be wrong. My dude, I need save states. And maybe if I need to grind off screen, I need that fast forward button. I'm a busy man, and this LP takes so much more work than anything else I do. But I love it. I love it because I like the Kingdom... Why am I turning Italian? I like Kingdom Hearts, so I can deal with it. Oh no, there are Heartless there. I also know that the next cutscene that we would have to animate here isn't for a little bit. It's not until I believe at least we get the green duck. Because Lord knows, which duck is this? I want you to go in the comments. I want you to say who you think the duck is, and then edit if you were right or wrong. I'm gonna guess you're Huey. Man, Sora's a lucky boy. You mean you, and Dewey, and Louie. Oh no, we got separated. It's not like this map's huge. Oh no, he's big! Yeah, the last thing I want to deal with is large bodies. Large bodies could be super annoying. We'll try our best to deal with them. Okay, they seem to be a little forgiving on where you hit them. You can kind of get the to the back and to the left and right, just barely. Alright, Round Blitz is just, it was another ability. There's another ability, definitely in KH2, where you would open with that, but it definitely was not called Round Blitz. It was, something else. I think it was Vicinity Break, is what they called it in that. Though, I believe Vicinity Break was also a move that was only featured in the final mix version of 2, so there's a good possibility that they had no name for it, because they didn't localize that until a little later on. So that's probably why we don't have a consistent name. Kingdom Hearts also has that weird thing when it comes to spells and stuff, where people wonder what they're going to be doing. Look at this Tetris block! I'm sure that's going to be important. Also, forgive me if I don't fully pay attention to this garbage that they wrote on the screen. Kingdom Hearts has a weird thing of localizing their names a little bit differently between games. Like, specifically Magic has a bit of that issue. Where we had, I believe we had the Jaws in Kingdom Hearts 0.2, which we have not covered yet, because I'll give you a hint. That's toward the end. That is a game that lets you have level 4 magical spells. So there's Firaga, and then I believe it was Firaraja. So they put a J on it. And then I believe in the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailers we got last year, which I'm gonna get into some stay on task. Last year, 2017, we got some KH3 trailers, and when they showed Sora having access to level 4 spells, presumably, they said Z on them. They're like Firaza? At least that's what I believe it was said. It was, regardless of what it was a different thing, and it's kind of interesting, like, what type of spell naming conventions they want to end up using for this stuff. And there's a lot of examples of that. I think they use stuff like Blizzagun in some other stuff where they put a gun terminology at the end of it, which they definitely did for certain elemental pieces of equipment. It's fun to see how they do stuff like that. Localization can be hard sometimes, trying to make sure everything's consistent. It's great because when those trailers came out, people said, so does this mean that Sora has access to level 5 spells? Have they decided to completely rename them? Are the properties of these spells different from Aqua's properties of the spells, and that's why they gave it a different name? There's so many ways you could do that. It could just be the thing of the localization team forgot, but also I'd say it's probably not. I feel like maybe they just reconsulted with the Japanese side. I was gonna say the Japan. Hey man, do you know some hot Japan? But we have taken a sizable break from the Kingdom Hearts series on my channel. I'm trying to remember when we last had it on here. It had to have been maybe September. Whenever it was, it's been a while. And I apologize for there being such a break. But it did end up kind of working out. I wanted to get some other content on the channel. I had aimed on making the Kingdom Hearts series something good as a bit of filler in between the times where there isn't a large amount of new games coming out, and because I wanted to have an LP of every one of the games out before KH3. And there's a bit of lull in news. I like to use this LP to chronicle my experiences, my thoughts, and speculation on future parts of the series. But there are clearly going to be times where there will be a drought. And we've experienced a drought with the series a lot. Like, a lot. That era of 2015 to 2017 was bad. Announcements coming this winter. It's very bad. But I'm glad I waited a little bit, because now I'm recording this in January. I assume this is coming out in like a week or two. But I'm not going to give the exact date I'm recording it, because that'll make me look bad. You know? Leave it up to interpretation. But I'm looking to get this back and going around January, because a month from now, we've got another Kingdom Hearts 3 big reveal coming. And what will essentially be the beginning of new news for the game. And we're slowly running out of Kingdom Hearts content to make for this Let's Play, where we have passed the halfway point, and our remaining games will be running low. This is the last game in the 2.5 collection, then we'll only have one more collection left. Oop. There you go. But, I like being able to comment and talk a little bit about the trailers we had seen. One, because it is great to get the people who follow my channel for this type of content. You know, they're probably wanting to know, hey, aside from the videos you make as it happens, how you're just feeling, and more off-the-cuff conversation. What the fuck am I fighting, by the way? Why this man blocks? Why are you blocks? This is like some weird-ass game of Snake. Yeah, Round Blitz fucking saved my bacon there. Also, I believe I was pointing out a glitch that had happened with me last episode. Vaguely remember me saying certain skills were going up when they weren't. I forgot that if you hold L, it lets you pick whatever command you want. And they will just activate. And I was holding L to switch commands, which is the same button, and that can lead to a couple of problems of I switched to something and immediately used it. Yo, I'm gonna ask you to not be the biggest piece of shit in the world. Are you going to fulfill that promise to me? Where are you going? Where you going, man? I'm sorry, but your time is up. But I like being able to be in the moment here and talking about my my thoughts on recent news for the series, because it is my favorite series of all time. I like being able to do that. And it's a good time capsule, I think, of what I think about something, and then I can come back and look at some of it after the games, after the final version of that game is released. Because wouldn't it be funny if I didn't like Kingdom Hearts 3? Some may say that's impossible. You drinking the Kool-Aid too hard. It's possible. It's very possible. It's not possible. It's not possible. Because, like I said before, a bad Kingdom Hearts game does not exist. They are all mechanically sound, well put together. The content in them may have been recycled in terms of Disney licenses and this horrible Kingdom Hearts 1 Sora look. But overall, they are solid games for the platforms they're being made for, which I think is quite nice. That, and I enjoyed 0.2 immensely, and if you just gave me something that played like 0.2 spread off like 30 hours with multiple different locations and boss encounters that are on par with what we got there, then you'd have a good game. But with this, they're instead making something that has a lot more going for it. So it's going much, much further than that, with transformations, different forms, worlds that may have gotten leaked in between the time of me making a video here. I'm not really going to jump into it too much because I feel like that some people actually do want to stay blind to that, I guess. I'd rather wait until it actually gets announced because it's super real. People like, no, I have one person who I had done when I was attempting, and I kind of like soured on it, of like commenting on like gaming news stuff on an extra channel. I was thinking about doing that for a while, but I'm kind of walking it back given how much fucking work I have to do on everything else. Just thinking about it, and I had walked that back, and I posted about the leaks that happened with Kingdom Hearts 3 where an entire world got leaked along with a bunch of screenshots, and I made 2 videos, and both of them I had one person, and if they're watching this video, yeah, I'm calling you out because you're dumb, because it was that one person where I love having a good discussion about games and stuff. And if the prevailing thing you want to say about something, it's like, say you don't believe in a leak, like you say, I don't believe this, and it's because of these prevailing things in it. This person went, it's fake, and that's all they commented. Made the second video, which showed even more screenshots and more prevailing evidence, and I made an exhaustive video talking about the different aspects of why it's probably real and why other people have said it's most likely real, to which all I got was that same person commenting, KZ, stop, it's fake AF, it's fake as fuck. And I'm like, I don't like being, alright, that's not to say I don't like being that guy. I hate people that are dumb. And I'm not saying because you think it's a fake leak for that new KH3 world that you're dumb. That's not at all what I'm saying. I hate people that, will respond to something like, that's fake. Alright, okay, what do you think so? And then they just never respond. It's like, I'd like a little bit more effort, a little bit more nuance when someone's talking about something. I mean, the reason it all looks real to me is because, well, it would take quite a bit of work to replicate multiple different screenshots with character models and locations made from the ground up in Unreal Engine 4, and then leaving in all of the UI elements for UE4, to which people said, yo, that looks pretty fucking real, and those are the exact same lines of code that you would see for a title like that. I just always feel like it's a little weak. I mean, I got the one thing where they're like, the HUD elements don't look accurate to what they should be. Like the character icons in the bottom right should have been updated for what that world's going on. But it's also an in-development screenshot. And Final Fantasy 15 went through like 4 different UIs in its development, but I didn't really expect to talk about this too substantially, but I felt like doing a little bit. Because, Jesus, guys. Sometimes I always hate that. I think it goes in the same, it goes in that same area where people will get excited about something and something comes out and then you see all of these really good comments about anything in discourse. And then you get a super mindless response. Yeah, I assumed it'd just be this door. I'm trying to vaguely remember my first attempt going through here. Hey, Sid. I went ahead and took out some stuff. Yeah, I managed to not find Louis. Decided to cut out some of my tangents there just because I was realizing that this world is unbelievably bloated with content. So now that we've dealt with that, our next order of business is going to be finding Lou. Oh my boom bing bing bing. Is the gizmo shop just gone? It's basically gone. But they put a lot of glitch rooms that are super long. Also, I had to change my controls because lock-on wasn't working. I was noticing it wasn't working, but as it turns out, binding buttons onto triggers that are supposed to be buttons sometimes causes problems. But we've rectified it. Let's see if we can find fucking Louis. Let's see if we find fucking Lucky Luciano. This small duck's gonna do it to him. Okay, so the building's distorted, so we have to fix the glitch. Can we do some Dana? Yeah, we can. Where would you be? Maybe the exit over here? No. Might be the entrance to the hotels. Yeah, it is. Enter, of course. Hey, look at that. We beat that dumb old glitch. It's almost as if I cut parts of it out. No. Couldn't be. Look at all that data. Oh, I thought the graphics were broken. No, it is in fact closing in that gap of darkness at the bottom floor. Is there a duck up there? I bet there's a duck up there. We have stuff we can add on, though. Let's try and make ourselves stronger. Aha, learned combo plus. There, we're powering that. Defense up. Lucky strike. Just like that. We have 2 CPUs. The chips installed between these 2 CPUs have doubled in power, which means stuff like my level up chips have been doubled, so we're level 7 now. Now let's drop a blank chip here. And command slot group unlocked. We can now do 4 commands. Now we just need to collect more chips later. We'll be doing just a wee bit better. At this point, what do I want? Probably round blitz. Alright, I'm feeling pretty good about that. I didn't expect to have that many chips. I'd been saving up some as we did this episode, but jeez. Yo, what's up, duck? I don't know, I was just like, what's up, duck? Hey man, I'm a duck. Let's get back to Sid. Also, have you seen any of these Tetris blocks I've been picking up on the other 2? Yeah, I got one. Man, look at that. Let's see if it fits with our pieces, and by that I mean make them one model. What do you think it's supposed to be? A keyhole? Keyhole? What are you fucking talking about? You're a duck. Why the fuck would you know about keyholes? Whatever, let's go back to Sid's. And get a blizzard! My delivery today has been really terrible. A blizzard! Now I want whatever this is. Strength +1? Got it.
Louie, run! Go to Sid's and wait! I hope you're happy with all the trouble you've caused. What's this? Hey, is this another fragment? Huh? Where'd he... I knew it. This is exactly like the keyhole that guy left for me back on the island.
Sora, can you hear me?
Mickey, I found another keyhole like the one from the island. If this works the same way as the one before, all I gotta do is defeat whatever enemy is inside this keyhole.
Let me see if I understand. You're thinking this one might do the trick too? The source of the glitches for the world you're in might be inside that keyhole?
That's right. I'll crawl inside and give that thing a piece of my mind. When I'm done, the town ought to be just fine. Hey, I gotta try.
Okay, but just promise me that you'll be careful, Sora.
You can count on that.
You're about to enter a side-scrolling stage. Tread carefully. If you fall into pits or get caught behind blocks, you'll take damage. So one thing that Kingdom Hearts ReCoded does, and I believe Coded as well, that no other Kingdom Hearts game does is it says, hey, what if we just genre shift? I feel like people are experienced from that from the Nier games, where they said, what if we just change genre to switch up the gameplay a little bit? This one is a side-scrolling, auto-scrolling stage, so 2D. We have to grab the diamond-shaped power-ups to arm ourselves with special magic commands with limited uses. And this is, I believe, how we're going to deal with the boss of this area, Guard Armor. Did I spoil that? No, because we're like episode 90. I think we're going to break 100 episodes with Coded, and I'm kind of sad about that. I would have liked it to be a bigger game of use. But I'll take it. I'll take it nonetheless. Oh, I want that lightning. Can I? Yeah, I got it. Thunder Rain is super broken in the side-scrolling stage, as you can see here. Completely wrecks everything in its way. And overall, this is a fairly simple stage. Your controls don't really change. It's a good old 1-2-3 combo system. It's just your magic spells, basically one-shot. And you can pick some stuff up. It goes on a little long for my tastes, and I'm not complaining about that now. It's just I vividly remember recording this in my first attempt, and there is more than one stage to this whole side-scrolling section. But I do find it interesting that they decided to take chances and do different stuff with these worlds when it comes to how they present the bosses and the challenges that the keyholes represent, which I think is a good idea because you've done Traverse Town before. There's no reason to do it again. Also, the game isn't really punishing when it comes to you screwing up and getting crushed. They're like, no, it's fine. We'll damage you a little bit, but that's about the extent of the whole thing. How does wind spin work? Ah, okay, it's just I do a big jump and hit things around me. But above all else, I totally want Thunder Rain, because it's the most broken out of all of them. It's gonna kill everything in your path. Good way to clear the area, even of blocks. but we are coming up on the first checkpoint as we search for this energy spike, this big corrupted Heartless. But before that, these guys. And this is why I wanted Thunder Rain, just so I could clear that as fast as possible. I don't know if the score matters. I wonder if you can trade it in for items and experience. I don't think you can. The blocks are getting denser as we enter the second district, now in this dumb 2D mode. Well, we are gaining experience. Gotta level up now. I gotta replace blank ships with level ups. That's our main goal. Because, hot damn. So I like ice. It is a good idea with the... I just ate shit. That was a good idea with the ice. Where you make it a super-powered, like, orbital type of attack. Something you would see in an auto-scrolling, like shooter. Like a Gradius or something like that. Isn't Parodius the one with the anime waifus on it? Might be thinking of something else. So now they've introduced 2D platforming. Now they're going to really make sure you know it by giving you a couple extra challenges along the way. Give me my thunder. We're going to hold on to that. Get a ride. I remember basically very little from this. I believe there's some sort of turn-based type of combat system in one of these worlds. I forget. And I think maybe, like, something else, but we'll save that for when we get to it. But I remember very little from Coded aside from its story beats. Like, its overarching story beats, even if the game's pretty light on story content. With some of its bigger stuff coming in from the 2.5 collection, like they added something toward the end of the game. To get people excited for, you know, future content with the games. Foreshadowing and whatnot. I remember when this came out that a lot of people weren't expecting much from it, to be honest. Where it's like, we already know the plot significance for it is just getting Sora caught up on previous game events that happened not in his time. He wasn't around for it. It's like people knew that's what we were gonna get going into this. But they did throw us at least one bone, and I remember everyone's like, the game's out, someone's already beaten it, here's footage. And it's like, oh, okay. Everyone's like, yo, someone's gotta go find out why we need to reconnect Kingdom Hearts this time. You know what? I'm gonna ask you guys some in the comments, because it just occurred to me. Yo, Kingdom Hearts 3 is gonna come out, right? It's gonna end, and you know they're gonna put a fucking secret movie on that shit. Should they retire the Reconnect Kingdom Hearts branding? Yes or no? Because as we know, ever since Birth by Sleep, they've done this thing whenever there's a secret movie, where it always ends with some setting up as they're slowly building the 3, and then it's Reconnect Kingdom Hearts. Should they get rid of that after 3? I'm gonna give my answer, though that'll probably color people's perceptions, but fuck it. I want them to get rid of that shit. Like, that time is done. I feel like the Reconnect Kingdom Hearts thing was always trying to reconnect these characters, reconnect these events that happened in the past into the forefront of the future so we can use it to stop whatever's happening. And once you finish KH3, I don't feel like you should do that anymore. And it's not just because those secret movies and that Reconnect Kingdom Hearts, in a similar way as the ding that you hear whenever Square puts up its branding. I feel a chill hit my bones. Oh man, it's like some sort of post-traumatic stress disorder. You know what I mean? Oh, thank God, yeah, stage 3 is super short. This is kind of giving me, So guys, do Do you remember the classic video game Mega Man 2? I was starting to get vibes there, where I was like waiting for the boss to show up. What is this? What is this low quality like anime zoom in the background? Ah yes, the true stage, the true finale. I'm on top of the energy spike. Well, if you say so, Mickey Mouse. I don't need any of that shit. Yeah, I do. Give me the stuff. Thank you. I wish I could duck so I could do, like, some swag crouching on here. Alright, let's save the rest of the thunder for our goal. Holy crap! It's him! Who that boy? Who him is? It got armor. There he is. There we go, there's our bonus attacks. Now the rest of it's just, hey, defeat guard armor the way you normally would. You can't attack its parts, looks like. Looks like it's all reserved for the chest. Not like I'm complaining, it's a hell of a lot better fight than 358's version of guard armor, which they changed and made it not make any sense to me. I don't even remember how it worked. The only difference here is it becomes more difficult because he puts more shit in the way. You won't get me, I've brought blocks. It just means whenever he jumps, just make sure to run to the other side. Yeah, as soon as I say that, he immediately changes it up to fucking catch me off guard, and to be honest, he did. Come on, you're so close, you little shit. Got-y! And just like that, Traverse Town is done. World's completed. Got a rank A. Got ourselves fire and aerial sweep. And new Keyblade.
Did you see me? How do you like that? Huh? Why are the blocks still here? Am I missing something?
That Heartless's power must be lingering. But don't worry. All you gotta do is use your power, Sora, and that'll end the glitches here once and for all.
Use my power?
You bet. You've got a power that's yours alone. Use the Keyblade and lock that keyhole for good.
All right, here goes.
Thank you, Sora. Because of you, this world's mystery is solved.
Yeah. But what about that guy in the black hood? I mean, he could be the one behind this whole mess.
It's another new entry.
It looks to me like a new message gets added every time a world inside the journal's repaired.
Yeah, just like before. Funny, we were there. Was Pluto with us?
Well, I sure didn't write anything like that in the journal.
Hey, do you fellers think that maybe the journal's trying to tell us something?
Heartless!
Here in the castle? But how?
We gotta check the rest of the castle now. It won't open. Hey! Hello! Anybody out there?
This is not our day.
Well, fellas, I hate to say this, but we're trapped.
Well, what? But tell to me how yes, roaming the castle.
Huh?
Huh? What's that?
Undo the hurt to unbar the way.
Gorge, we're trying. It said we've already undone some of it, right?
Well then, we'll just have to keep going, repairing the journal's data as fast as we can.
Whoa! Your Majesty, I think Sora just might have reached the next world.
Well, we gotta do something about the castle.
I'm as worried as you are, Donald. But right now, our best hope is fixing up the journal.
Okay,